It's your boy Jipizzy. We're back with another video today, and today I'm going to show you guys what I think is the best deck inside of Master Duel right now. There's no denying this. I have my glass of water because this deck just be giving off so much heat, yo. I think Spright is the best deck inside of Master Duel. It's a hot take. Maybe it's up to you guys. I think it's the best deck. I've been playing with the Spright deck so much. I easily climbed all the way up to diamond, with it. So, like as you can see, I'm in plat 1. I'm gonna do a climb all the way up to master. I'm just not too sure when I'm ready to do that because of how busy I am. But I wanted to get this Spright video out to you guys so that you guys can enjoy this content, right? So let's jump into the replays as usual. Make sure to subscribe below. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Make sure to subscribe and make sure to get this video to, let's say, 30 likes, 50 likes ish. It depends, and I'll drop an in-depth guide on how I play with the deck. But for today, we'll look at the replays and just look at the deck list, and I'll show you guys the exact deck list that we're using at the end of the video. So make sure to stick around and make sure to show your boy Jpizzy some love, man. Ain't nothing to show your boy Jpizzy some love. Make sure to subscribe and comment down below. Be right back. All right, so here we go. A lot of the games is going to be me going second. Going second, I get the easiest gameplays for YouTube. Oh, wipe my face right here real quick. First off, my face covers the gameplay. Should I move this thing? I probably should move it, right? I've been thinking about moving it to the bottom left, right, instead of having it to the top right, but I felt like it was more engaging at the top right. So, you know, you guys tell me what you guys want. We can have it here, or we can have it all the way over here where it blocks like my name, right? So it will block my name, and then we could just shorten this part so that you guys can see more of the card text above. Or we could just leave it where it's at right now. You get me? It's all up to you guys, right? So just leave it in the comments. Anyway, so we're up against Swordsoul. He's gonna go ahead and Lung Young, which is gonna go ahead and max C. So off the special summon, we get to draw. We have full combo in hand. Why? Because we have Beaver, and then we draw into swap. So we'll go ahead, activate swap, go ahead and dump Ronin Tonin, then dump our other swap file from our deck. I'm trying to bait out this blackout, because I know it's blackout. There's no other card that he can put there that I would be scared of, right? So we go ahead, special summon frog from my graveyard, go ahead and dump the other frog that was in my deck. I'm just using the frog engine just to get everything done right now. I know I have more engine inside of my hand, and as you guys can see, we have not used our normal summon, so we can still normal summon Beaver, right? So here we go. We're gonna go ahead into Carrot because I know that that's breakout back there, so I just needed to get a negate on board. We have Gigantic to be able to send it to the graveyard, and then we're just gonna go into Soul Sweeper. Soul Sweeper banishes Lung Young. I was confident in that, and then Beaver, special summon Beaver. We're gonna go into a Gigantic Spright because I was really trying to end the game right here. But then I realized, like, oh crap, I'm playing with the version of the deck that I didn't have Gamma in. So at this time, I didn't have Gamma inside of the deck. I think I was running more hand traps. So I had like 2 Veilers. Oh no, I had 2 Spright Red instead of just 1 Spright Red. But now I dropped one of my Spright Reds to be able to have Gamma in there, because Gamma helps me go for game, right? So I struggled prior to go for game. As you guys can see in this duel, I really did struggle to go for game here. We're going to even go into Sprint. Sprint is going to be able to dump my Angler. Angler is going to special summon 2 Beavers. Well, 1 Beaver. And then we use Carrot and Beaver to go into MELFFY Forest. And MELFFY of the Forest. And MELFFY of the Forest go ahead and search me a MELFFY Kitty. Right? Or Catty. Right, so Catty can special summon itself, and when my opponent normals or specials, we get to add Spinny to our hand, and that gives us Synchro Plays, right? So let's look at this board real quick. We have the ability to take one of my opponent's monsters, attach it to any of my XYZ monsters. We have the ability to Smashers, banish one of their monsters, right? Because we have stuff in the graveyard. And then we also have Sprint. If they normal summon or special summon, we could detach material from one of our cards and bounce that card. So it's impossible for him to break through this board. He's just gonna pass turn. I'm gonna go ahead and normal summon into MELFFY. MELFFY bounces Lung Young and just go for game, right? So as you guys can see, I max seed him. I think I could have still played through a full Swordsoul bowl. In fact, I'm going to show you guys that I played through a Baron and the other Swordsoul monster just to prove it, right? So let's go to that gameplay. Alright, so on to the next game. We took off the webcam so you guys can focus more on the game, right? So up against Swordsoul, we're going to go ahead and activate Ash Blossom. He's going to go ahead and Cypher and Gamma that. Nothing I could do about that, right? So he has free access to a level 8 right there. And he just added Moyi to hand. He's going to go ahead and activate Omega. Omega is going to banish my Jet. Nothing I can do. Moyi normal summon. Go into Shishao. Shishao add. He's going to add Longyang. And he gets to draw a card. Longyang discard. Sacred Sanctuary Baron. Okay? And then I take 1200. And we only have 3 cards in hand. So, how do we beat this guy, right? Well, it's called skill. We go ahead, discard Angler to special summon Frog. Frog, go ahead and special summon from my deck. I told myself that I'm going to activate the effect of Gigantic, so I'm not too scared about him getting Nibiru. I'm just trying to end the game on this turn, so let's try to do that. So Angler, special summon Beaver, Frog add back to hand. We're going to normal summon Frog back to the field. Frog dump Frog, and then Ronin Tonin back to the field. And then use all those cards to go into Goddess and send his Baron to the graveyard. Go ahead and activate Goddess's effect. I guess he doesn't know that Goddess is unaffected unless it's targeted. So he Nibiru's, right? So I was looking for the Nibiru before I went into Gigantic. But eventually I do go into Gigantic. So right here, we go ahead, we go into Sprint. Sprint is going to be able to have me dump. I go ahead and dump my Frog. We use Ronin Tonin to special summon back. And then we use Sprint and Ronin Tonin to go into our Gigantic Spright eventually. So now, because I know I'm going to activate Gigantic Spright and it's going to lock me out of level 2s, we're going to go ahead and special summon Blue. Blue add Jet. Jet special summons to the field. Jet add Gamma, and because I added Gamma, he sees the writing on the wall and he's just going to back out, right? Because all I had to do there was Spright Gigantic into his token, and then we would have had game because of Gamma, because of Spright Gamma, right? So nothing he could do about that. All right, so on to the next duel. All right, boys, so let's check out this next duel. As you guys can see, we're running the Bystial package in here as well. We're going up against Branded, right? So he's gonna go ahead and activate Branded opening. He's gonna normal summon his Aluber, not special summon it. He's going to go ahead and activate Branded Fusion. We're just going to go ahead and ash that. He's going to activate Regain, end his turn. Nothing really goes on in this duel for quite some time because I let him gain quite the amount of advantage. It's kind of ridiculous how much advantage he gained. So we're going to go ahead and activate Maxi right here. He's going to go ahead and dump for his Lubenian. Kitty's going to activate, but he has Mercurier in hand, and because he has Albion on field, that gets negated. So cool. He's gonna go ahead and go into Bystial Rebellion. Nothing I can do about that either. That's gonna bring Beast to the field, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Baldric to special summon by banishing his Albion, right? So he doesn't get to add a spell or trap to hand or set it on the field in the end phase. We're gonna go ahead and normal summon Beaver. He's gonna go ahead and ash that. I was actually very shocked about that ash, but whatever. So we're going to go into Sprint dump Angler. Angler go into our 2 Beavers, and because we special summoned Red, he just goes ahead and scoops it up, right? So on to the next duel. Alright boys, so we're jumping straight into the replays. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe below. And this one's going to be a mirror match, so you guys are going to get to see exactly how we're able to break down a Spright board using the Spright deck itself, right? We drew into Harpy's Feather Duster, Smashers, Blue, Beaver, and Ronin Tonin. So this means that we have to get access to Frog to be able to dump Ronin Tonin to the graveyard. He's going to keep on playing, special summon Blue back. He already had Red on the field. He's going to go into his Sprint plays. Angler, bring out Beavers. Beavers go into IP Masquerena. Usually, I'll be honest with you guys, I wouldn't go into IP there. I would probably go into MELFFY Cat, but he's probably not playing the MELFFY package. But I try to bait out this carrot because I know I want to use Smashers in the future. So we want to hold on to the Smashers. So I needed that carrot baited out because my plan was to use Smashers to send my own blue, right? So I would be banishing both of my blues, technically speaking. So we go ahead, we normal summon Beaver. He's going to activate red to negate. That's completely fine because we're planning to dump Angler future in the game, so that we can go into MELFFY, I believe. So right here, I'm gonna special summon blue. He's gonna activate Imperm. We're gonna activate Smashers in response. He's gonna activate IP Masquerena. If he went into, I believe if he went into Underworld Goddess, he probably would have won the duel, but because he's running Avermax and he's not running Underworld Goddess, we're able to banish blue. So blue misses the Imperm. So then we special summon Jet, and then he's just going to Imperm the Jet. That was a perfect Imperm because I was going to go search starter, and I would have been able to finish him off this turn, right? But I think I did end the duel this turn because he backs out because he sees that I can go into Soul Sweeper and go for game. Anyway, so we're going to go into Gigantic special Frog, and this is exactly what we needed. We needed Frog on field so we can bring Frog back to hand. Dump Ronin Toning, special summon back Frog. Now we have 2 Frogs in the graveyard, which means Ronin Toning can come back twice. So we need to get Frog in the graveyard one more time. So here we go. We go into Elf to special summon Frog back, and then that's going to give me access to Sprint, right? Because Tonin is going to come back, and now we're going to be able to go into Sprint. So we go straight into Sprint, dump Angler, and as you guys can see, right, the deck, once you get it moving, there's no stopping you. So he sees the writing on the wall. So we could have Sprint, dump Angler, special summon Beaver into Soul Sweeper, sweep away his red, and he had 6,800, and we had 69 damage on the field, right? Because Soul Sweeper is 19, Sprint is 19, Gigantic is 16, and also Elf is 14, right? I believe that math is correct, right? But he backs out anyway because next turn he wouldn't be able to play. So that's how we won the mirror match. So I do want to show you guys this duel. Shockingly, I dueled against Playmaker. So Playmaker, if you're watching this, super inspiration, dude. I watch your channel all the time. This duel was super fun to play. I ran into him on ladder, and I know it's him because I double checked the numbers, right? So, you know, maybe it's not him and I'm tripping, but I do think it's him, right? So we go into Gigantic. He's gonna go ahead and Ash the Gigantic. Nothing I could do about that. We'll just have to eat that. But I was planning for it anyway because we can still go into Sprint and we can still go into Elf. So we're gonna go ahead and go into Elf. Because Sprint got added to Master Duel, Gigantic doesn't need to resolve anymore because you can still combo off without having your Gigantic resolve. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Beaver to special summon Beaver back from the graveyard that we sent earlier. And then we're going to go into MELFFY of the Forest, and then MELFFY of the Forest is going to add me Kitty to my hand. Now we still have plays, right? Because Totem can now banish my Frog and then come back to the field. Now we could go ahead and special summon Sprint. Sprint is going to be able to dump my other Frog to be able to bring Ronin Tonin back. So now we special summon Jet to the field. We had Jet in hand the entire time, and that gives us access to starter. I was scared about the evenly match because usually when you combo off, people back out, right? But obviously I think Playmaker is testing out this deck right now, or he's making content, so he probably just stayed because if he played through this board, man, I would have been a YouTube highlight, right? So anyway, so he's gonna go ahead and activate Circular. Off the Circular activation, we're gonna go ahead and activate Max C. I was planning for him to interrupt this, so I was like, perfect, I'll go ahead and activate Carrot. This now kills my Sprint, unfortunately, but I was like, you know what, it's whatever. We're gonna go ahead and activate Elf to bring back Maxi so that it doesn't get negated, because at the end of the day, with this deck, if your Maxi resolves, you just draw into so many hand traps, right? You draw into the Bystials, you draw into Ash, you draw into Effect Veiler if you're running it. I'm not running it in this version, but you could just draw into so many hand traps that it just makes sense. So we're gonna go, he special summons Circular, we gotta draw into Imperm, Caddy back to hand, Penny to hand, and then he's gonna keep on special summoning. So now, Sigma, I wanted to get rid of Sigma because I know he would struggle to XYZ summon if Sigma wasn't on field. So we go into MELFFY, and then send Sigma, so Sigma will get banished, it doesn't return. He's gonna go ahead and normal stun and debug, add a microcoder to his hand, and that's gonna activate all of his link plays, right? So now I'm getting kind of scared. So I have to draw into a Bystial to be able to win this duel, right? So he's gonna go ahead and activate microcoder. I'm gonna go ahead and IP Masquerena because I'm trying to get rid of all of the cards that he can use to link, because I don't want him to get into his access code token, right? Because I think that's what he was going for. Because if he can get into that access code token, he wins the duel, right? So we go into Beatrice. Beatrice negates everything on the field, and it stops him from being able to special summon from the graveyard, which means that if he does go into his link plays to be able to special summon from the graveyard, I can just activate Beatrice to negate. Here we go. He's going to use Code Generator and Ladybug to go into Code Talker inverted, and then I'm going to draw again. He's going to activate Code Generator, and then MELFFY Merely, I activated it forgetting that my MELFFY of the Forest was already in the grave. That was a complete mistake. That could have actually costed me the duel. So he's going to continue his link plays. He's going to link climb all the way up to Transcode Talker. And this was the draw that I needed, because Transcode Talker gave me access to Magnemut. You see what I'm talking about? If you resolve Maxi with this deck, eventually you're going to draw into Bystials. Playmaker is going to back out. You know, GG's. It was a good game, I'm not going to lie. He really tried to play through that ball. I would have became a YouTube highlight if I lost that one. So anyway, guys, on to the next replay. Alright, even more proof, right, of how good this deck is, right? Not the greatest of hands. We're up against Tier. He's going to go ahead and activate Primal Planet. He's going to set Scream, normal summon Rhino Heart, dump with his Scream, and then we're just going to go ahead and Max C. I think he ashes my Max C, actually. Yeah, he does ash my Max C. So nothing I could do about that, right? But somehow we still end up winning this game. Why? Because we have Magnemut in hand, which is what I've been trying to say to you guys. This is why this deck is the best deck in the game. You're able to run all the interruptions in the world, and your opponent just cannot play. So here we go, right? He gets one draw off of his Max C. We get to add Jerusalem in the end phase, so even if he dumps off of Scream, we can still banish. But I go into the attack phase just to be able to beat his Rhino Heart so he doesn't yet be able to activate Sulik. And there we go. We just started our Spright plays and he just scoops it up. That's another thing about Spright, man. People, once they see that they can't stop you, they just back out. So on to the next duel. We got a lot of duels to show y'all. The deck becomes even more oppressive when you're going first. Because when you're going first and you have a hand like this, boy, it's nothing is stopping you. As you can see, I learned my lesson. So we go ahead and dump Beaver and then special summon Frog, then normal summon Frog to be able to dump Frog from deck, and then special summon Ronin Tonin. We go ahead and special summon Jet to be able to add Spright Starter. That's the only reason I didn't add Double Cross, because I already had Double Cross in hand, right? Because I really do like Double Cross. We go ahead, Starter, add Blue, Blue, add Red, Red, special summon. Reason why I did Red is because his hand was lighting up, so I assumed he had Nibiru, because I was past 5 summons, right? So we go ahead, we go into Sprint, dump Angler, special summon 2 Beavers. This is insane. There's no way Konami leaves Elf unbanned, or they don't hit this deck. Spright will be hit in the next ban list, I'm telling you. So we're gonna go ahead and activate Ronin Tonin. We have one more Frog in the graveyard after that anyway. We're gonna go into IP Masquerena, set Double Cross, special summon Caddy, and just pass turn. So we have Interruption, special summon back, IP Masquerena. We can actually tribute Masquerena, but we don't, because he's gonna go ahead and super poly away my IP Masquerena, which I don't think that was a good play. We're gonna go ahead and activate Sprint to be able to send his Grand Girl back to his extra deck. He's going to activate Floowandereeze. I was puzzled why he was playing Dogmatika inside of a branded deck, but I guess they technically do go together, right? So Sprint go ahead and send back his Grand Goal, send Grand Goal. That's such an interesting thing to do right there. He's gonna go ahead and special summon his Alubert to field, Alubert search, Kitty add Penny, so now we have access to our synchros. He's gonna go ahead and grab Branded Fusion, but we still have access to Ash Blossom, so we just go ahead and ash the Branded Fusion, no problem. Come on, man, this deck is so crazy. We're gonna go ahead and use Elf to special summon back IP Masquerena. He's gonna go ahead and try to use Grangle's effect, we're just going to negate it with red, and then before he enters battle, we're going to go into Underworld Goddess using his his Dogmatika monster, and he just scoops it up, man. Yo, this deck is so powerful. It's crazy how good this deck is. On to the next duel. Alright, so check this out, right? We're up against Floowandereeze. And I was actually scared. I do need to talk to you guys about that, by the way. The branded flow matchup is so difficult. I'm still struggling to figure out how to beat Floowandereeze with the branded deck that I showed you guys recently. I think I have to add snow into it to be able to do that, right? So here we go. We completely brick. And we're playing against Snow, which doesn't put any dark monsters in the graveyard, so we can't even special summon Baldric. It's kind of difficult what we're dealing with here. So we're going to go ahead and flip Ronin Tonin, try to special summon Jet to search. He's just going to Ash that. Nothing I could do about that. Then he's going to activate Max C. I'm not going to give him any draws off the Max C. We're just going to go ahead and attack into his Rubina and then attack with Ronin Tonin. I had the patience because we had Imperm. He's going to go ahead and activate Pot and hit absolutely nothing. This is the worst Pot of Prosperities I've ever seen in my life. He's going to go ahead and grab Max C. At this point, I thought to myself, man, you know what? I'm going to just play through the Max C. I know he's going to activate it. The best I could do is go into Gigantic, and then Gigantic stop him from being able to Nibiru me, right? So here we go special summon Frog. Because I have Angler in hand, I add Frog back to my hand, then dump Angler to the graveyard to special summon Frog. So now we have access to 2 Beavers, and we have access to our Ronin Tonin combo. So Frog is fully live. We already used our Angler engine, so there we go. We're going to go ahead and activate Elf's Effect. He's going to imperm that. Nothing I can do about that. Going to activate Ronin Tonin to special summon back. I want to get as much damage on the field as possible. I should have used one of my Beavers here instead of using Ronin Tonin, but it doesn't matter because we already have Gamma in hand. So 19 plus 32. If he had targeted Gigantic right here, he would have survived. But because people don't read cards, he lost. Right, so we attack him for 46 and we attack him for 33, just enough to kill him. Right, so on to the next duel. Is there any more duels? I think that's it. So on to the deck list. Alright, so this is the last duel for the night. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video so far. Make sure to subscribe down below. Road to 1,000 subscribers. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Ronin Tonin, then special summon Blue. He's going to go ahead and Ash that. I'm just going to go ahead and call by the grave that Ash. Again, so much interruptions we could play inside of this deck just to be able to deal with our opponent's Ash, their Max C's. It just doesn't matter, right? We go ahead and we search Jet. Jet is going to activate. Go ahead and add Double Cross to my hand. We're going to go ahead and go into Gigantic. Why? Because we want to get our Frog combo live. So we special summon Frog. Frog dump Frog. The reason why I dump Frog is because I know I can get Ronin Tonin on the field. Well, Ronin Tonin is already in the graveyard. I'm sorry, I apologize with that one. So Frog dump Frog. So now we have all 3 Frogs in the graveyard. And what we can do here is go into our Angler plays, right? So we go into Sprint, dump Angler, Angler special summon 2 Beaver, Frog banish, special summon with Ronin Tonin, go into MELFFY of this Forest activate, dump back Ronin Tonin, add Caddy, Ronin Tonin, use banish Frog again, go into IP Masquerena, and honestly, if I wanted to, I could have continued going, right? I just chose to stop right here because I could have brought Ronin Tonin back and just go into another Link monster. But I was like, you know what? Nah, I ain't doing that. Too much work, right? So we just go ahead and special summon Caddy. I think this is the ideal board. We have starters, so we could put a Spell or Trap card negate on the field if our opponent is going to go to the battle phase to use evenly match, right? So that's why I just set starter and just ended turn. So we go ahead, activate Caddy to return to the hand, activate Sprint to send back Albion back to his hand because he can't activate it anymore. He's going to go ahead and activate Lubellion to search, and then I'm going to activate Penny because I want to make sure that his cards go to the banish zone, right? Because this version of Branded doesn't play that well under cards being banished. The older version did because you had access to so many polys, right? So he's going to go ahead and Aluber try to attack. We're going to go ahead and double cross that into our MELFFY of the Forest. He's going to try to special summon with Sorinir. I'm just going to go ahead and activate Herald of the Arc Light. I'm very shocked that he dumped Branded Expulsion there. He's going to try to activate Branded Fusion, but we go ahead and negate with Carrots by sending IP. Now I thought that I could Elf. I was trying to bring back Elf with IP, but you can only bring back Elf with IP if your opponent makes Elf leave the IP leaves the field. If you send IP to the field, you can't bring it back, right? So that's a tip for you guys. So on to the deck list. All right, so here's the deck list, guys, right? I've been having so much fun with this deck list, man. It's been a blast, right? I feel so confident going up against Tier, going up against so much different decks. You know, it's quite an easy deck to play with, I think. You just need to know how the two engines work together. So the Frog engine and the Angler engine, those two engines, man, it's just, they synchronize so well together, because you draw into Frog, you draw into Angler, it's full combo, right? And you set up so many interruptions that your opponent just really can't do anything. So I think this version is so amazing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Right, let me know what deck you guys want me to cover next. Make sure to get this video to 50 likes. As soon as we hit 50 likes, or as soon as I'm done with it, I'll upload a combo / deck list video where I just talk about the combos in the deck, and I talk about the deck, the card by card, right? We're not going to go through the card by card today and the reasoning for each one of them, right? I'm just showing you guys the deck list and how I play the deck, right? So stay blessed, stay highly favored. It's been your boy G Pizzy. Take care. I'm signing out. Peace, right? Make sure to go check out the Springens replay video. Make sure to go check out the Brand Bystial replays video, and make sure to check out this video, right? Hopefully, right? So make sure to subscribe below, like, comment, subscribe. Stay blessed, stay prosperous. Been your boy J Pizzy. I'm signing out. Have a good one. Peace.